There are battles you cannot see, struggles that go deeper than what any eye could witness. Yet in the invisible, a victory has already been declared in your name. You are not walking through this season alone. Every step you take, the divine is stepping with you. Every breath you breathe, the divine breath is breathing through you. The outcome isn't uncertain, the result isn't questionable. The end has already been written, and victory is the only conclusion. Where you are right now is not where you will remain. The pressure you feel is a signal a transformation is underway. What appears as resistance is actually the universe reshaping circumstances so your blessing can arrive fully complete. God is aligning people, resources, opportunities, and miracles to show up right on time. Don't judge the story by the chapter you're currently reading. The author of your life has already written the triumph. Your current obstacles are not proof of defeat, they are proof of destiny. A great shift happens when you choose to see beyond what your senses report. You are meant to rise right here, right now, even in the middle of the struggle. When doubt tries to speak, silence it with the voice of assurance. It is already done. Because once you accept the victory within, the world must reshuffle itself to match your inner acceptance. You may not see how things will work out, but you don't need to. The how is not your battle. That is where God fights for you. Your only part is to believe in the finished outcome. Hold the end result in your inner vision. Feel the joy of the answered prayer. Feel the relief of the breakthrough already yours. When you claim the end, all forces, visible and invisible, move to fulfill it. Don't give up, because the battle is hardest right before the breakthrough. Don't lose hope, because the darkness deepens right before the light breaks open. Behind the scenes, the victory has already been signed, sealed, and delivered. What you are waiting for is waiting for the right moment to appear in your reality. Stand firm, keep the vision alive, keep declaring the final result. Every battle you face is a testimony in the making. Every tear is watering a miracle. Every setback is positioning you for a greater comeback. Victory is not coming, it is here, stepping closer every day. Hold your head high, walk in confidence. The God who started the blessing is finishing it. The God who promised is delivering. Your victory is unstoppable. Your breakthrough is inevitable. Your story is shifting into glory. Don't give up, because everything you've prayed for is already on its way. There is a realm beyond what your physical eyes can observe, a sacred territory where the unseen takes shape long before it becomes visible in your world. Every desire placed in your heart, every dream that refuses to leave your mind, every whisper of hope that surfaces even in your darkest moments, these are not random. They are evidence that something already exists for you in the invisible. The unseen realm is preparing your victory, crafting the path and aligning the perfect timing so that what is already true spiritually becomes undeniable physically. You are not meant to chase what you want. You are meant to align with what is already yours. When you understand that your victory exists right now, not in some distant future, you release the pressure, the fear, and the doubt that tries to convince you otherwise. You begin to walk with a calm certainty. You speak with authority. You think from the result, not toward it. Because once you know that the outcome is finished, all waiting becomes expectancy instead of anxiety. The unseen realm responds to the state you occupy. When you choose to feel victorious, even when everything looks against you, the external reality has no choice but to transform. What you accept within becomes what you experience without. A seed is planted below the surface long before the sprout appears. Yet no one questions whether the seed is working. In the same way, your blessing is working beneath the surface of your current challenges. You may not see movement, but the miracle is advancing. You may not hear progress, but the doors are unlocking. You may not feel change yet, but transformation is happening in silence. The delays you face are not pauses of abandonment. They are periods of divine preparation. The unseen is arranging the pieces, people, opportunities, resources, lessons, so that when the manifestation appears, it arrives complete. Sometimes, the invisible victory is developing you, strengthening your faith, refining your inner identity so that you can hold what you asked for, without letting fear or doubt steal it from your hands. If you only look to the physical world for proof, you will become discouraged. But if you look inward, into the realm where imagination, faith, and belief operate, you will see that the victory is already yours. You can feel it. You can sense it. You can claim it. It is waiting for the moment you fully accept it as done. This is why you cannot give up. Surrender the need to see the entire path. Stand firm in the truth that what you desire is not being withheld from you, it is being completed for you. The unseen realm is not working against you, it is working for you, shaping every possibility to ensure that your blessing fits your life flawlessly. Walk forward knowing this. Your victory is not a future promise. It is a present reality preparing to reveal itself. Stay faithful. Stay expectant. Stay aligned. What you have asked for already exists, and soon you will see it with your own eyes. Every challenge you face carries a hidden purpose. It is not there to break you, but to build you. When life places a mountain before you, it is not a sign that you are weak. It is a confirmation that greatness is being activated within you. Challenges are spiritual invitations, signals that you are stepping into a new level of strength, faith, and personal evolution. The divine does not test you to see if you will fail. The divine tests you to show you that you are stronger than you ever believed. In the moments when you feel pressure rising, when circumstances seem too heavy to carry, something powerful is taking shape within you. Your endurance is expanding. Your courage is awakening. Your belief in yourself and in the unseen support around you is being anchored deeper. Without resistance, muscles cannot grow. Without adversity, power cannot be realized. Challenges introduce you to the version of yourself you were always meant to become, the one who stands taller, believes boldly, and knows their worth without hesitation. Divine intervention often arrives in the very places where you feel the most outmatched. When you reach the edge of your own strength, that is where a higher strength rises. When you have done all you can and still feel stuck, that is when the unseen forces begin to move. Problems create the space where miracles can appear. Without a need, there is no rescue. Without a conflict, there is no victory. The divine steps into the story not when everything makes sense, but when you continue to trust, even when nothing does. Many times, the challenge is not meant to change what is happening around you, it is meant to change what is happening within you. It teaches you perseverance, emotional mastery, inner clarity. It reveals your resilience and redefines what you believe is possible. You learn that you can survive storms, rise after falling, and keep your faith even in darkness. Every time you choose hope over fear, persistence over surrender, faith over doubt, you unlock a new level of your own power. What looks like a setback is actually a setup. It is preparing everything necessary for a breakthrough far greater than what you would have received without the struggle. Sometimes God allows you to face what seems impossible so you will witness what only the divine can do. The challenge strengthens your belief because you don't just talk about faith, you experience it. You don't just claim power, you embody it. When you look back later, you will see clearly the hardest parts of your journey were the most important. They pushed you into your destiny. They awakened your gifts. They connected you with purpose. They made you unstoppable. So do not fear your challenges. Do not run from them. Meet them, knowing that you are not facing them alone. Within every difficulty lies a miracle in progress and a higher version of you emerging. The challenge is temporary, but the power you gain from it is eternal. Your imagination is the birthplace of every victory you will ever experience. The true battle is not fought in the physical world, it is fought within your mind, in the silent places where no one can see. Every thought you dwell upon, every image you entertain, every outcome you believe in or fear, these are the weapons that either defeat you or deliver you. The world outside of you is merely a mirror, reflecting the state you consistently hold inside. To change what you see around you, you must first transform what you accept within. When you imagine the worst, you enroll your mind in stories of defeat, and life bends in that direction. When you imagine the best, you command life to follow the path of your belief. Imagination is not daydreaming, it is creation. It is a spiritual blueprint that your reality must eventually match. You become the full architect of your experiences when you recognize that the images you allow to occupy your inner space are shaping your tomorrow. The battle begins with awareness. Are you rehearsing fear or feeding faith? Are you picturing obstacles or outcomes? Are you letting doubt narrate your future or allowing confidence to lead? What you return to internally is what you build externally. Every victory is won before it manifests. Every breakthrough is formed in the invisible. The moment you decide that you will not accept defeat inside, the world loses its power to defeat you outside. Life will try to distract you with appearances. Circumstances may attempt to convince you that hope is foolish. But appearances are only temporary. They are delayed reflections of your past beliefs. The future you desire is shaped by what you choose to think and feel now. If you hold a victorious picture of yourself, strong, successful, healed, thriving, then the world must rise to confirm that picture. The universe is compelled to follow the command of your dominant vision. When you imagine from the end result, feeling it complete, embracing its certainty, you shift into the identity of someone who already possesses the blessing. That shift is what moves mountains. That shift is what opens doors. That shift is what calls opportunities, resources, and miracles into your life. You are not wishing, you are creating. You are aligning with what is already yours in the unseen. Train your imagination to work for you. not against you. Guard it like the sacred battleground it is. When doubt enters, replace it with a vision of triumph. When fear appears, transform it into a picture of faith fulfilled. Do not allow the outer world to rewrite the truth you hold within, because the moment you win inside, the moment you feel the certainty of victory in your heart, the world must obey. It has no option but to rearrange itself to reflect what you have already claimed. You are equipped for this battle. You are powerful beyond measure. With every inner victory, you are bringing your breakthrough closer into sight. And soon, what you once imagined will stand before you as undeniable reality. Faith is a quiet certainty that lives deeper than emotion, stronger than circumstance, and louder than doubt. It is not a fragile wish or a desperate hope that something might happen. Faith is the unwavering knowing that the outcome you seek is already complete, already yours, long before your senses confirm it. Hope waits for proof. Faith celebrates the result before there is a sign. Hope looks forward to the blessing. Faith knows the blessing is already established in the unseen realm, simply waiting for its appointed moment to appear. When you operate from true faith, you stop asking if it will happen and start living as though it already has. You think from the end result. You speak from the fulfilled outcome. You feel the gratitude of a prayer already answered. There is no more negotiation with fear or wrestling with possibilities. You stand firmly in the truth that what you desire has been claimed and cannot be taken from you. Faith is not blind. It sees with a clearer vision than physical sight. It sees beyond obstacles, beyond delays, beyond the current state of things. It sees into the realm where everything you want is real and waiting to unfold. This knowing changes how you carry yourself. You walk differently. You think differently. You expect differently. Even when your environment shows lack, you feel abundance. Even when the door seems closed, you know another is opening. Even when people doubt, you remain anchored, because the outcome does not depend on them, it depends on your belief. The moment you decide the result is finished, the world begins rearranging itself to reflect your decision. The right opportunities rise, the right connections appear, the right timing unfolds. Faith sets the universe in motion because it is the highest form of agreement between you and the divine. When you claim the end, all forces, both seen and unseen, move to deliver it into your reality. Challenges may still come, but they do not weaken your conviction. Delays may occur, but they do not shake your certainty, because faith says, if I have it within, I will have it without. Faith does not panic in silence or feel abandoned in waiting. Faith understands that the manifestation is aligning perfectly, not late, not lacking, not lost. It is simply maturing into its full expression. This is why faith is powerful. It refuses to bow to appearances. It refuses to surrender to fear. It refuses to let temporary conditions define permanent truth. Faith holds completion in the heart long before it arrives in the world. And when you hold the completion long enough, the world must reflect it. So do not just hope for the blessing, own it. Do not just wish for the breakthrough, embody it. Act, speak, and feel like the result is already delivered. Because when your inner knowing becomes unshakable, the outer reality has no choice but to obey. The end is finished. The promise is secure. The victory belongs to you now. Delays are one of the greatest misunderstandings in the journey of faith. When what you desire does not appear right away, the mind rushes to conclusions. Maybe it's not meant for me. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe God isn't listening. But in truth, a delay is not a rejection. It is an alignment. It is the space where the unseen world organizes every detail so that when your manifestation arrives, it arrives complete, stable, and perfectly suited for your life. There are blessings too big to appear before you are ready to carry them. There are opportunities too meaningful to arrive before your character, your faith, and your identity have expanded enough to sustain them. The delay is a season of preparation, not only of the blessing, but of you. During the waiting, the universe is shaping you into the version of yourself who can handle what you ask for without fear, without sabotage, and without shrinking. In the delay, you learn the strength of patience. You practice the art of trust. You discover the depth of your belief when the evidence is invisible. You are stretched beyond the comfort of instant gratification into the maturity of knowing. If it is mine, then it is already written. You stop chasing outcomes and start aligning with them. You shift from wanting to having in your inner world, and that shift magnetizes the outer world to match. Cutting is a form of protection. If the blessing arrives too soon, it can overwhelm. If it arrives too late, the heart can grow tired. But when it arrives right on time, it feels effortless, as though the entire universe conspired to bring everything together in one beautiful moment of fulfillment. What you are waiting for might be waiting for another piece to fall into place, a person you must meet, a door that must open, a skill you must complete. The delay is not empty time. It is sacred time. It is the incubation period where what you manifested in imagination begins to take form in the physical. Just as a seed must remain underground, unseen, before the sprout emerges, your desire is growing where you cannot yet witness it. The silence is not absence, it is development. The stillness does not mean nothing is happening, it means everything is being prepared perfectly. When impatience rises, remind yourself that the universe has not forgotten you. When doubt whispers, remember that your blessing is not being held back, it is being perfected. Nothing good is ever withheld. What is meant for you cannot miss you, and every moment of waiting is pulling you closer to the breakthrough that has always been destined. Hold your faith not by the calendar, but by the certainty that what is yours is inevitable. Trust the timing, honor the process, stay aligned with the end result. Because when the moment is right, what once felt delayed will arrive with such grace and clarity that you will say, "This was worth waiting for." Persistence is the evidence that you already believe the outcome belongs to you. When you persist in a vision, when you keep holding the end result in your mind despite what the outer world shows, you are proving your faith, your certainty, and your alignment with what you have claimed. Persistence is not struggling or forcing things to happen. It is staying loyal to your desire, no matter how loudly circumstances attempt to contradict it. It is the inner stance that says, "I will not quit because the end is already mine." Every breakthrough requires the language of persistence. The moment you choose to hold a new reality inside yourself, the old reality often rises up to challenge you. Not because you are wrong, but because you are shifting into something greater. The world outside reflects past beliefs, and persistence is the bridge that moves you from the old to the new. When challenges appear, when delays stretch longer than expected, when doubt tries to creep in, your persistence reminds you that the story is not over. You keep the vision alive, and because of that, the end must unfold. Persistence is proof of identity. When you persist, you are stepping into the version of yourself who already has what you desire. You think as them, you act as them, you feel as them. That identity shift is what triggers the change in your external world. Life is always responding to the person you believe you are. Persist in the identity of success, and success becomes inevitable. Persist in the identity of love, and love must appear. Persist in the identity of abundance, and abundance cannot be stopped. It is easy to hold faith when everything is going right, when signs are everywhere, when progress is visible. But true persistence shows its power in the silent seasons, when nothing seems to move, when prayers feel unanswered, when you walk blindly, guided only by your inner knowing. Those are the moments when the universe is watching to see if you truly believe. Those are the moments when miracles are being arranged, tested, and prepared. Persistence is not you waiting on the blessing. It is the blessing waiting on your unwavering commitment. Every time you stay loyal to the end result in your heart, you weaken the old reality's grip on you. Every time you refuse to settle for less than what you envisioned, you command the transformation to continue. Persistence is a declaration. I choose the promised outcome over temporary appearances. And because the world must follow the dominant internal state, the end you hold must unfold into form. You are not persisting towards something uncertain. You are persisting from the truth that it is already done. You keep going because you know the finish line has been crossed in the unseen. You hold the feeling of completion until the outer world has no choice but to reflect it. So persist with courage. Persist with peace. Persist with the confidence that your desire is not running from you, it is running toward you. Your persistence is your proof, and proof always manifests. Every part of your journey, every challenge, every delay, every unseen battle has been evolving you into the person who can receive the victory already written in your name. Nothing you are facing is working against you. The unseen realm is aligning miracles. Divine intervention is unfolding behind the scenes. Your imagination is commanding the world to shift. Your unwavering faith is sealing the outcome, and your persistence is proving that what you desire is already yours. You are not fighting for victory, you are fighting from victory. The blessing exists. The breakthrough is on its way. The promise is alive within you. Hold the end in your heart and refuse to let go. Because when you remain aligned with the finished result must appear. Walk forward with confidence. Stand strong in belief. Never let temporary appearances convince you of anything less than the truth. God is fighting your battles, and your triumph is guaranteed. Your story is not over. The best chapters are unfolding right now. Victory is coming soon. Don't give up. You are closer than you think. Thank you for listening, and may your faith lead you straight into the amazing future that already belongs to you. Everything you are facing right now is not working against you, it is working for you. Even when life feels uncertain, even when nothing seems to align, There is a greater orchestration unfolding behind the scenes. The unseen movement is often the most powerful. Just because you cannot see the shift doesn't mean the shift isn't happening. God is aligning every detail, every person, every opportunity, every event to lead you into the victory already written with your name on it. Your faith is not a request, it is a command to reality. When you assume the feeling of success, you invite the outcome to take form. The world you hope for exists first within your spirit. As you nurture that inner certainty, the physical world has no choice but to mirror it. Faith is the bridge that brings the unseen into the seen. Right now, what appears to be a setback is actually a setup. The delay you feel is divine timing arranging the best possible path. The door that closed did not close because you were unworthy. It closed because what's meant for you is greater than anything you have lost. God removes what would limit you and replaces it with what will elevate you. Never doubt the power at work within you. The moment you declare something as yours, heaven begins shifting circumstances to fulfill that declaration. Believe in the promise more than you fear the process. When you hold the end result in your heart, when you feel it as real, you become aligned with the miracle. Faith does not wait for proof. Faith is the proof. There is a version of you that God already sees. Victorious, fulfilled, abundant. That version is trying to emerge. The discomfort you feel is transformation. The uncertainty you feel is transition. Just as dawn follows the darkest hour, breakthrough follows pressure. Nothing is falling apart, everything is falling into place. So refuse to speak defeat. Refuse to imagine loss. Refuse to settle for anything less than the life God has designed for you. The victory is not coming, it has already been given. Your role is simply to remain faithful until what is promised becomes what is visible. Stand firm in your inner knowing. Celebrate the miracle before it arrives. Live in the feeling of answered prayer. God is shifting everything for your victory. Even now, even here, even if you cannot see it yet. Hold your faith. You are closer than you think. Your inner belief is the birthplace of your victory. Reality is responding to your faith. Before anything changes around you, something must first shift within you. Every breakthrough, every answered prayer, every blessing you will ever experience begins as a quiet conviction in your heart. It starts as a thought you choose to believe, a vision you dare to see, a promise you decide belongs to you. The world outside is only a reflection of the world you continuously nurture inside. When you change the beliefs you hold about yourself, you transform the outcomes you experience in life. Life is not merely responding to your actions, it is responding to your assumptions. If you assume defeat, you create the conditions for defeat. If you assume victory, every part of life starts aligning to confirm that assumption. There is power in the beliefs you repeat to yourself when no one is watching. Your expectations shape what you attract. Your inner dialogue shapes the opportunities that show up. Your belief is not small or invisible. It is a force that bends circumstances into agreement. Every moment you picture yourself succeeding. Every time you choose hope over fear, every time you speak life into your future, you are planting seeds that must eventually grow. You do not need to know how it will unfold. The how is never your responsibility. Your only job is to hold the vision and walk as if it is already done. Faith is not waiting with doubt. Faith is living from the truth that what you desire is already yours. When you treat your dream as real in the unseen, it becomes real in the seen. Your victory doesn't come when someone applauds you. It doesn't come when opportunities finally appear or when results start showing. It comes the moment you decide within your spirit that success is your destiny. That decision begins rewriting your story. It changes the doors that open, the relationships that enter, the strength rises within you, and the confidence that carries you through challenges. The moment you change your inner belief, your life has to follow. There will be moments when your faith is tested, moments when circumstances look opposite to what you believe. But that is the precise moment you must stand firm in your inner truth. The physical world often takes a little longer to catch up with the spiritual transformation already underway. What you see right now is not the final chapter. It is only the proof that a shift is taking place. Pressure means progress. Resistance means you are close. So guard your belief with persistence. Speak your victory more often than your fears. Feed your spirit with images of possibility, not evidence of limitation. Believe so deeply that the world has to agree. You are not a passive observer in your story. You are the author. And every time you choose faith over doubt, every time you align your emotions with what you desire instead of what you fear, you write a future that reflects your inner conviction. Victory does not start on the outside. It begins in the invisible chambers of your mind and heart. And as you hold unwavering belief in who you are meant to be, life will rise to meet that belief. Reality is listening. Reality is responding. And your inner faith is leading you exactly where you are destined to go. What looks like delay is divine rearrangement, preparation for fulfillment. When life makes you wait, it is not because you have been forgotten. It is because something sacred is being aligned for you. Every season of delay carries purpose, even if the purpose is invisible in the moment. Just like seeds are buried before they bloom, your dreams sometimes require a period of darkness and stillness before they emerge in full beauty. What feels like nothing happening is often everything happening beneath the surface. The human mind wants quick results. We want answers today. Doors open now, miracles on our schedule. But destiny is not rushed. The process that leads to your blessing is often more important than the blessing itself. There are lessons you must grow through, strengths that must be developed, people you must release, and new environments you must enter. Delay is not denial. It is refining, restructuring, and redirecting you into the precise position where fulfillment can find you. When a delay appears, it is easy to slip into frustration or discouragement. You may think nothing is working or that your prayers have been ignored, but the truth is much deeper. The timing of your breakthrough is being designed with perfection. If the blessing came too early, you might not recognize it, handle it well, or even keep it. If the opportunity arrived before you were ready, it could overwhelm instead of elevate. The waiting season ensures that when the door opens, you walk through it with confidence, stability, and wisdom. There are people who must exit your life before your next level begins. There are relationships that must be healed, mindsets that must be renewed, patience that must be tested. Delay is the divine way of clearing out what does not belong in your calling. God rearranges the pieces, moves situations around, and prepares the path long before you step onto it. Every change you face is a step in the orchestration. Nothing is wasted, Nothing is random. You may feel stuck, but the truth is you are being positioned. You may feel like you're going in circles, but something is moving on your behalf. The uncomfortable transitions, the unexpected setbacks, the closed doors, these are signs that the rearrangement is happening. When construction is taking place inside your life, things can look messy for a while, but once the building is complete, the beauty of the design becomes undeniable. Trust the timing of your transformation. Trust that what is meant for you cannot pass you. Trust that if it is delayed, it is because it is being perfected. You are not waiting for something small, you are waiting for something aligned with your highest calling. The waiting is preparing you to appreciate the blessing, to recognize its value, and to sustain it once it arrives. The delay is strengthening your faith so that nothing can shake you when destiny manifests. What seems stuck is actually moving. What feels slow is secretly accelerating. What appears like a setback is setting the foundation for a greater comeback. Hold on to your vision. Stay grounded in your belief. Keep walking with expectation. Fulfillment is not just coming, it is being arranged to meet you at the exact moment you are ready to receive it. Your imagination is a spiritual blueprint. Picture the result as already yours. Everything you desire must first be built in the unseen realm of thought and belief before it can materialize in the physical world. Your imagination is not a place of fantasy, it is the workshop of creation. The images you hold in your mind shape your destiny. The feelings you associate with those images bring them to life. When you dare to imagine yourself victorious, healed, successful, and fulfilled, you are drafting the very blueprint that reality must follow. Most people wait to see change before they believe it, but true power comes from believing first. The mind does not distinguish between what is imagined and what is lived. Whatever you consistently picture and feel becomes imprinted on your subconscious. And the subconscious is the engine that drives your actions, your habits, your energy, your attraction, and your outcomes. When you imagine the end result is already achieved, you align every part of your being with that destiny. Your imagination is your direct line to the divine. Every inspired thought is a signal from a higher dimension urging you forward. Vision is a preview of what is possible. It is a sneak peek into the future prepared for you. If you can see it in your mind and believe it in your spirit, you can hold it in your hands. The moment you picture the fulfillment of your desire and feel gratitude as if it already exists, you activate a spiritual law. The inner reality must become the outer reality. There is tremendous creative power hidden in the simple act of imagining. When you visualize your dream home, your thriving career, your restored health, your loving relationships, you begin creating the emotional experience of already having them. And that emotional frequency attracts people, situations, and opportunities that match its vibration. You begin to notice doors that were always there but previously invisible. You start moving differently, speaking differently, showing up differently, because your mind has already accepted the success as truth. Do not allow doubt or fear to hijack your imagination. Those negative images also create limitation. If you imagine failure, you invite failure. If you imagine loss, you prepare the world to confirm that expectation. Protect the sacred power of your inner vision. Replace every thought of what if it doesn't happen with what if everything goes right. Train your imagination to hold the picture of the outcome you want, not the circumstances you fear. Make your vision so clear, so alive, so emotionally real that the world must rise to meet it. Return to that image daily, especially when reality contradicts it. Your imagination is the container for your future. It is where the dream lives before it becomes flesh. Never underestimate the creative force within your thoughts. You are not dreaming for no reason. That desire exists because a version of you already lives that experience. Your imagination is simply introducing you to the future you are meant to step into. So hold the picture. Feel the fulfillment. Walk as if the promise has already been delivered. Your blueprint is ready and reality is building exactly what you dare to imagine. Closed doors are not rejection, they are protection and redirection toward destiny. When something you wanted doesn't work out, when an opportunity slips away, or when a path you believed was right suddenly closes, it can feel like the universe is against you. But often, the doors that shut are doing you a favor. They are preventing you from entering spaces that are not aligned with your purpose or prepared for your greatness. What looks like loss is sometimes divine shielding. There are roads that might seem perfect in the moment, but if you walk down them, they would eventually limit you, drain you, or delay your real breakthrough. Some environments are too small for the version of you that is becoming. Some relationships cannot carry the weight of your calling. Some opportunities would have given you comfort but stolen your growth. So the door closes because your destiny is too significant to settle for what is convenient. Rejection is not a reflection of your worth. It is a redirection toward your higher path. You are being guided away from distractions, detours, and dead ends. You are being steered toward divine appointments that are bigger and better than what you initially expected. The job you didn't get, the person who walked away, the plan that failed, each one is a step closer to the life that is meant to manifest for you. Every no is clearing space for a more powerful yes. Closed doors build resilience and clarity. They help you discover who you truly are by pushing you to reflect, adapt, and evolve. They teach you what belongs in your life and what doesn't. Every time you face a rejection, you are also being given a revelation. You are not supposed to stay where you are. You are meant to rise higher. The discomfort you feel is an invitation to grow. You may feel like something has been taken from you, but what if something better is being prepared? What if the delay is positioning you in front of the right people at the right time in the right place? A closed door can save you from heartbreak, from wasted years, from experiences that would have dimmed your light. You might not see the protection now, but one day you will look back and be thankful that certain prayers were not answered the way you imagined. There is a purpose to every pause. There is meaning behind every ending. Life is not breaking you, it is building you. When a chapter finishes, it is because a greater one is ready to begin. Trust that the universe is removing what is not meant for your destiny and making room for the blessings designed specifically for you. Instead of asking, "Why did this door close?" begin saying, "Thank you for guiding me to something better." Stand with faith, not frustration. Speak hope, not doubt. Honor the transition, because movement is happening even when you cannot see it. A closed door is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a new direction. What seems like rejection is simply protection. And where you are being redirected is exactly where your destiny has been waiting for you all along. Your current challenges are signals of breakthrough. The shift is already in motion. The very pressure you are experiencing is proof that something powerful is changing within and around you. When life intensifies, when obstacles multiply, when uncertainty rises, it is not a sign that things are falling apart. It is a sign that transformation is taking place. Breakthrough always shows up wearing the disguise of difficulty. The resistance you feel is the indicator that you are pushing against an old reality that can no longer contain who you are becoming. Think about any great change in nature. The seed must break apart for the plant to emerge. The caterpillar must endure the cocoon before it becomes the butterfly. Pressure precedes expansion. Darkness precedes dawn. When everything around you feels chaotic or uncomfortable, it is because the old structures are collapsing so the new can rise. You are outgrowing spaces that once fit you. Your soul is calling you forward. Challenges are not meant to stop you, they are meant to strengthen you. Every obstacle is preparing you with the character, wisdom, and resilience required for your next level. You are learning persistence, patience, courage, qualities that only reveal themselves through experience. If your journey were too easy, you would never discover the power you carried. If nothing tested you, nothing would change in you. The struggle is shaping you into the person who can hold the blessing you've been praying for. Right now, it may feel like everything is being delayed or denied, but look deeper. Subtle shifts are happening. Doors you wouldn't have noticed before are beginning to appear. New ideas, new people, new directions are aligning. The discomfort is showing you that the chapter you're in is ending and the next chapter is ready to begin. The shift is not coming someday. It is already unfolding with every step you take, with every thought you transform, with every moment you choose faith over fear. What if the challenge you're facing is the very key that unlocks your blessing? What if the pain is the pathway to purpose? You were not created to be defeated by the problems in your life. You were created to rise through them. Challenges are a sign that your story is advancing, not ending. They are evidence that you are close to something greater than what you have known. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this preparing me for?" Instead of shrinking in fear, stand in the truth that progress is happening even when progress isn't visible. You are not stuck, you are transitioning. You are not losing, you are leveling up. The very force pushing against you is the force pushing you forward. Breakthrough is not a fantasy, it is forming right now. Hold on to your faith. Keep moving. Keep believing. The shift has already begun, and the challenges you are facing today will soon become the testimony that inspires others tomorrow. What is ahead is worth everything you are pushing through. Breakthrough is not far away, it is already in motion. Hold the end result in your heart. Your faith is the force that completes the miracle. The moment you receive a desire deeply within your spirit, the miracle begins. It doesn't start when the evidence appears or when the world finally agrees with you. It begins the second you accept the outcome as already yours. Faith is not a passive hope. It is an active knowing. It is the bold decision to live from the result instead of waiting for the result. When your heart fully embraces the fulfillment, reality has no option but to rise and match your conviction. So many dreams go unfulfilled because people keep waiting for permission to believe. They wait for signs, for guarantees, for validation. But faith does not ask for proof. Faith is the proof. It is the inward certainty that turns the invisible into the inevitable. When you hold the end result in your heart with unwavering trust, you align your thoughts, your energy, and your actions with that destiny. You begin behaving like someone who has already won. You speak differently, you walk differently, you expect differently, and those expectations create the pathway for the miracle to manifest. Doubt is the only thing that can interrupt what has already been set in motion. If you release the belief, you slow the blessing. But if you remain rooted in the end, if you choose belief over every negative story your mind tries to tell you, the promise you hold will take shape. The delay does not weaken the miracle, your disbelief does. Stay faithful when nothing looks like it's changing. Stand firm in your vision when everything seems to contradict it. Victory starts within and then moves outward. Faith is the spiritual law that governs manifestation. What you feel as real must eventually become real. Your imagination is the first stage of creation, and faith is what completes the work. You do not chase the miracle, you embody it. You live in the emotional state of already done. Gratitude becomes your language, joy becomes your posture, and confidence becomes your atmosphere. When you hold that state, circumstances shift, people align, opportunities appear, and the blessing is drawn directly to you. This is why you cannot give up in the middle. The silent months matter. The unseen progress matters. Every day you choose to believe, even without results, you are strengthening the bridge between the invisible and the visible. Your consistency in faith is building the future you've prayed for. Every moment of trust is a brick placed in the structure of your destiny. You do not need to see how the miracle will happen. You only need to see the miracle as already complete in your heart. Do not allow your senses to decide your future. Allow your spirit to lead it. Hold the end result so tightly in your inner world that nothing in the outer world can shake it. Faith is not waiting to receive. Faith is knowing you already have it. The moment you refuse to let go of the vision is the moment the miracle becomes unstoppable. Your faith is the finishing touch. It is the force that calls the promise into form. And as long as you keep believing, the miracle must be completed. The journey to your victory is already unfolding, even in the moments that feel unclear or difficult. Every shift, every delay, every challenge is working for your good. You are not walking alone. A higher power is guiding your path, arranging the right people, preparing the right opportunities, and shaping you into the person who can fully receive what is coming. Your faith is the key that unlocks the future designed for you. Hold the vision, live from the end, trust the unseen. Because everything you desire has already begun its journey toward you. Victory is not a distant dream. It is a reality forming right now. What is meant for you cannot be taken, delayed forever, or destroyed. You are being prepared for a life that reflects your inner belief, a life of purpose, abundance, peace, and fulfillment. Stand boldly in that truth. Celebrate the promise before it shows up. Because when you choose faith over fear, the miracle must find you. Thank you for listening. Stay encouraged, stay expectant, and never lose faith. Your victory is already on the way. There comes a moment in every life when the invisible begins to rearrange itself for your favor. A moment when destiny starts moving, not loudly, not with chaos, but quietly, like the first light before sunrise. You may not see drastic change yet. You may still wake up in the same room, walk through the same challenges, face the same battles. But something has shifted. The energy has turned. The big win you have prayed for, believed for, prepared for is on its way. Your life does not change when the world changes. It changes when you do. When your inner assumptions shift, the world must follow. The victory does not come from outside forces deciding to be kind to you. It comes from the conviction within you rising like a giant and declaring, "My success is inevitable." When you claim something in your heart, the universe must deliver it into your hand. There is a law that governs all creation. What you assume as real becomes real. The moment you accepted that you are worthy of more, the moment you stop settling for less than what you desire, the moment you refuse to repeat the same old narrative, that's when the shift began. That's when the wind started moving toward you. Right now, while you're listening to these words, doors are unlocking that you cannot yet see. People are talking about your name in rooms you haven't entered. Opportunities that once seemed impossible are being aligned with your path. Everything is synchronizing for your good, orchestrated with precision beyond human understanding. You may have been in a long season of waiting for the healing, waiting for the breakthrough, waiting for the resources, waiting for the yes that changes everything. And perhaps this waiting made you doubt whether anything was happening at all. But the seed grows before the plant is visible. The shift happens before the blessing arrives. The answer forms before it reaches your hands. Do not judge your future by what your physical eyes see at the moment. The physical is always the last to show what has already been completed spiritually. There is a powerful truth you must hold. You are not chasing your big win, it is moving toward you. Life responds to who you believe yourself to be. If you believe you are chosen, favored, destined, life has no choice but to reflect that belief. The moment you accept peace, chaos loses power. The moment you accept abundance, lack collapses. The moment you accept success, failure becomes irrelevant. You do not need to fight for what is already yours. You only need to assume it and feel it fulfilled. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the victory already here. Imagine the message you will receive, the call that will change your path, the celebration of a new chapter. Feel the relief, the gratitude, the joy that comes when everything finally works out. When you feel the end as though it has already happened, the end must show itself. Your imagination is not daydreaming, it is the blueprint of your destiny. It is the place where things are created before they appear. Every great transformation begins in that inner world. Stand firm in your assumption that the tide has turned. Stand firm in your belief that things are shifting. Stand firm in your knowing that a big win is on its way now. You have come too far for the story to stop here. All the challenges, all the struggles, all the disappointments, they were not signs of failure, but signs of preparation. The pressure was shaping you into the version of yourself who is ready to hold the blessing. And when the blessing, you are stepping into a season where everything aligns effortlessly, where what once felt distant suddenly becomes obvious, where you look back and say, it was worth every moment of waiting. And in fact, it may seem your breakthrough is not a matter of chance, it's a matter of identity. You were designed for greatness. You were built for abundance. You were chosen for victory, and what is chosen must manifest. The moment you dared to believe in more, the universe responded. A major breakthrough has already been set in motion in the unseen. Long before you witness the change with your physical eyes, the transformation begins in the invisible realm. Every desire, every prayer, every dream you have held in your heart has already initiated a ripple of movement behind the scenes. What you believe, what you imagine, what you expect, these are not empty thoughts. They are creative forces. The moment you decided you wanted more, the moment you aligned your heart with a higher possibility, something in the unseen world responded. Breakthroughs rarely announce themselves at the beginning. They do not shout, they do not display. They develop quietly. Like a seed planted deep beneath the soil, growth happens without proof. There are no immediate signs, no explanations, no obvious validation. But still change is happening. The roots are forming, the foundation is being established. Just because you cannot see it yet does not mean it isn't already on its way to becoming real. Too often people doubt themselves in this invisible stage. They look around and see no evidence, so they assume nothing is working. They look at the same circumstances and think their prayer went unheard. But the unseen world is always a step ahead of the seen. What appears still in your life is actually shifting. What appears delayed is being delivered in perfect timing. What appears silent is quietly speaking favor over you. There are resources right now aligning with your path, resources you do not yet know exist. There are connections being orchestrated, people you haven't met who will be essential to your victory. There are opportunities preparing to intersect your life at the exact moment you are ready. Everything that belongs to you is already forming, already moving, already being arranged in your favor. Your belief is the activation. Every time you choose faith over fear, you lift the path higher. Every time you refuse to settle for what contradicts your desire, you magnetize what aligns with your purpose. Breakthrough does not begin when you see the outcome. It begins when you claim the outcome. It begins in the imagination, in the acceptance, in the inner knowing that what you desire is yours. The unseen is not uncertain. It is secure. It is the truest reality because it is not yet influenced by doubt or delay. The unseen carries pure intention. It carries your future success untouched by fear. That is why you must not give up just because you cannot track the progress. You do not need to see movement to trust that movement is happening. You only need to hold your belief steady long enough for the invisible to become visible. Right now, a major breakthrough is nearing completion in the realm you cannot yet touch. The moment is approaching when it will break through the surface and become undeniable. You will look back at this very season and realize that what you thought was stillness was preparation. What you felt was silence was orchestration. What looked empty was actually full of promise. Your breakthrough isn't waiting to start, it has already been set in motion. And soon, What was once unseen will show up as the greatest blessing of your life. Your inner shift, not outside circumstances, is what attracts the big win. All true change begins within you, not around you. So many people spend their lives trying to force the world to change in their favor, waiting for others to treat them better, waiting for opportunities to appear, waiting for luck to finally choose them. But the outer world does not transform until the inner world does. The moment you change how you see yourself, the moment you rise in your own belief, the moment you align your thoughts and feelings with the life you desire, that is when everything external begins to shift. Your assumptions about yourself are like magnets. If you assume lack, you attract lack. If you assume success, you attract success. Life mirrors what you believe you deserve, and belief is not formed by what you see, but by what you decide to accept as truth on the inside. You can be surrounded by challenges and still carry a victorious identity. You can face temporary setbacks and still feel unstoppable in your spirit. That inner stance is what calls the big win forth. The world you live in today is a reflection of the thoughts and assumptions you held yesterday. So when you want a new outcome, you don't look outward, you look inward. Transformation is not about forcing change, but becoming the version of yourself that naturally attracts it. When you upgrade your self-concept, when you stop seeing yourself as someone who struggles and begin to see yourself as someone who succeeds, everything in your reality must adjust. The inner shift is a declaration. It's the moment you stop asking whether you are capable and start knowing that you are. It is the moment you stop begging for blessings and start embodying the blessed version of yourself. It is the moment you stop waiting for permission and start claiming your destiny. As your internal identity rises, the outer world has no choice but to respond. A big win doesn't arrive because conditions are perfect. It arrives because you are in alignment. You are no longer doubting, hoping, or wishing. You are assuming, expecting, and feeling the end already fulfilled. When you live emotionally in the victory before it arrives physically, the universe confirms your assumption. Even if nothing around you visibly changes today, do not be fooled. The change has already begun inside you. Every doubt you replace with certainty strengthens the foundation for your breakthrough. Every fearful thought you replace with faith accelerates the manifestation. Every grateful feeling you hold, even before the blessing arrives, opens the door wider. Circumstances are followers, not leaders. They follow the direction of your deepest belief. So decide right now that you are not waiting for the win, you are welcoming it. You are not hoping to succeed, you are stepping into success. You are not trying to become worthy, you already are. The shift has already started because you have changed within. And when the inside transforms, the outside has no choice but to rise to match it. Your big win is simply the world catching up to who you have already become. What you assume and accept as truth determines what manifests in your life. Every experience you call reality is shaped by the beliefs you hold most firmly within. You may think reality is something that happens to you, something controlled by luck, circumstance, or the actions of others. But in truth, life is reflecting back to you what you consistently assume to be true about yourself and your world. The invisible assumptions you carry are not harmless thoughts. They are powerful commands directing the course of your life. Your imagination does not create possibilities by chance. It creates the blueprint of your destiny. When you accept a thought as truth, you give it permission to appear in physical form. If you assume you are always overlooked, life will bring situations where you are unseen. If you assume that money is hard to come by, life will continue to tighten your financial circumstances. If you assume that love is out of reach, relationships will always feel like a losing battle. These assumptions become the structure of your existence. But here is the liberating truth. If your assumptions create your reality, then you are not stuck. You are powerful. The moment you choose to assume differently, reality must shift to mirror your new belief. When you decide, truly decide, that you are chosen, worthy, abundant, capable, and destined for more, the universe begins to transform to match that decision. A new assumption is not just a thought, it is a new identity. Change does not come from forcing the world to behave differently. It comes from changing what you believe is true for you. You must believe in the desired outcome so deeply that it feels natural, inevitable, unquestionable. When you accept success as your truth, opportunities emerge that once seemed impossible. When you accept healing as your truth, your body and circumstances begin to realign. When you accept love as your truth, relationships take on a new frequency. Every assumption carries a feeling, and that feeling is what manifests. You cannot say that you believe in abundance while feeling fear and lack inside. You cannot say that you will win while expecting disappointment. Your emotional acceptance is the signal that calls your desire into form. What you assume must be felt as done, as certain, as part of who you are now. Often, people sabotage their own manifestations by returning to their old assumptions too quickly. They plant the seed of a new belief, but when they don't see immediate evidence, they dig it up with doubt. You cannot demand proof and hold faith at the same time. You must persist in the assumption even when nothing seems to be happening, because something is happening. In the unseen, in the foundations of reality, in the energetic structure of your future. Your outer world is always behind your inner world. What you assume today will be what you live tomorrow. So choose your assumptions with intention. Accept the truth that empowers you, not the one that limits you. Claim a narrative that honors your dreams, not one that contradicts them. Once you accept the highest version of yourself as your truth, life will rise to meet that truth. Manifestation is not a matter of luck. It is a matter of what you choose to assume as real. The delay is not denial, it's preparation of the perfect outcome. When the things you desire don't arrive on your preferred timeline, it's easy to believe something has gone wrong. You start to worry that maybe the dream wasn't meant for you, that perhaps you misheard your calling, or that life is ignoring your belief. But what feels like delay is often strategic alignment. What seems like waiting is really shaping. What looks like silence is actually orchestration. There is a divine order working behind every scene of your life. The universe does not rush because it does not fear lack. It operates with perfect timing, placing every piece exactly where it needs to be. Sometimes you are ready for the blessing, but the blessing is not yet ready for you. Other times the blessing is ready, but you still need to grow into the version of yourself who can sustain it. Big wins require big capacity, and capacity is built in the waiting. Delay is the space where preparation happens. It is where strength is shaped, where clarity deepens, where character is refined. You are gaining the wisdom, discipline, and emotional stability that will allow you to hold your blessing without losing yourself. You are learning what you need to release so you can receive what is better. You are uncovering a stronger identity so that when the breakthrough arrives, you will be able to maintain it, protect it, and expand it. If everything you asked for showed up instantly, you might not value it, understand it, or even recognize it. The waiting teaches appreciation. It reveals what is truly important. It filters out the distractions that once pulled you away from your purpose. You are not simply waiting for the future is being sculpted around you. Think of a seed underground. Nothing appears to be happening, no growth is visible, the surface looks unchanged. But under the soil, roots are anchoring deep, preparing to burst through the ground with life. If someone judged that moment too soon, they might assume the seed had failed. But the delay is not failure, it is the very foundation of success. So when you feel stuck, do not confuse delayed timing with denied destiny. Life has a way of protecting you from less than you deserve. It removes what is too small. It redirects you from what would have harmed you. It pauses what would have arrived prematurely. The delay is a gift, a sign that something greater and more aligned is being prepared. Hold faith during the unseen process. Keep your vision active. Celebrate what is coming even before it arrives. Trust that when the right moment comes, things will happen faster than you can imagine. Doors will open that once seemed unmovable. Opportunities will appear effortlessly. What took months or years to prepare will manifest in a single moment of breakthrough. You are not being forgotten, you are being formed. You are not being denied, you are being delivered into the perfect alignment for your blessing. When everything comes together, you will look back and understand. The delay was not holding you back, it was setting you up for the greatest outcome of your life. Your belief is the invitation that summons your blessing. Nothing enters your life uninvited. Every good thing you desire is searching for a doorway, and that doorway is your belief. Belief is not merely optimism or wishful thinking, it is the inner conviction that what you desire is already yours. It is the mental and emotional acceptance of a reality not yet visible. When you believe with certainty, you are not hoping something will happen, you are acknowledging that it cannot fail to happen. Belief sends a clear signal to the universe, a declaration that you are ready to receive. It lifts you out of the energy of waiting and places you into the frequency of having. Many people ask for blessings, but deep down they doubt whether those blessings could ever arrive for them. That doubt acts like a closed door. Even though they desire more, their disbelief sends the message that they are not yet prepared to accept it. Blessings respond to expectation. When you believe, you align yourself with solutions, opportunities, connections, and breakthroughs that already exist for you in potential form. You become a magnet to the very things you have prayed for. Life does not withhold anything from you, but you can block your own good by refusing to believe in its possibility. Belief is power. It transforms the unseen into the seen. It converts spiritual promise into physical experience. When you choose to believe in a higher outcome, even when circumstances appear stagnant or challenging, you activate forces beyond the physical, forces that begin to move people, events, and timing in your favor. There is a reason. Success often begins long before success is visible. It begins the moment you see yourself differently. The moment you decide that your future does not depend on past limitations. The moment you stop questioning your worthiness. That is when the blessing receives its invitation. Belief opens the door. Belief says, "Come forward, for I am ready." Belief removes the barriers that once seemed immovable. It silences the voices of fear and doubt that try to convince you to shrink back. It allows the impossible to become logical, the unexpected to become natural. And belief must be persistent. It must continue even when nothing has changed yet in your outer world. When you hold on to belief in the silence, in the waiting, in the uncertainty, that is when your invitation becomes irresistible. You are proving that you trust the blessing is real even before you can hold it. And when you believe like that, the universe rushes to meet your certainty. Blessings arrive where belief lives. They gravitate to faith-filled imaginations, to hearts that already feel the success, to minds that already see the victory. Belief is not something you apply after the miracle. Belief is what births the miracle. Right now, every desire in your heart is waiting to be welcomed. Your blessing is not far. It is at the door. So stand in your belief. Claim the outcome. Expect the breakthrough. Because the moment you truly believe, you have already summoned the blessing into your life. Life from the feeling of the victory that is already yours. The greatest secret to manifesting what you desire is to emotionally step into the outcome before it becomes physical. Most people wait to celebrate until the success appears, but the ones who transform their lives live from the celebration before the evidence arrives. When you feel victorious now, reality must rearrange itself to match that inner state. You are not pretending, you are aligning with the truth that already exists in the unseen. Every accomplishment begins first as a feeling of certainty, of joy, of relief, of fulfillment. When you embody those emotions ahead of time, you send a powerful message to the universe. The outcome has already happened. By living in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you eliminate doubt, fear, and hesitation. You raise your identity to the level of your desire. You stop asking, when will it come, and start declaring, it is already mine. The feeling of victory is not just excitement, it is grounded assurance. It is the deep knowing that no matter what the physical world shows right now, the end result is guaranteed. It is the inner voice confidently saying, I have won, I am chosen, I am living the reality that once lived only in my imagination. When you anchor yourself in that state of mind, the universe responds, because emotion is the energetic signature of creation. Think about how you would live if the blessing had already arrived. How would you walk? How would you speak? What decisions would you make? How would you treat yourself? What standards would you hold? Step into that version of yourself now. If you are waiting for the outer world to change before you feel victorious, you are operating backwards. The feeling comes first, the change follows. This emotional alignment is not a game of fantasy. It is the most practical action you can take. When you feel abundance, you naturally behave in ways that attract more. When you feel confident, you show up with strength and clarity. When you feel loved, you become a magnet for deeper, more meaningful relationships. Your actions evolve to match the identity of someone who already has the victory, and life responds in kind. There will be moments when doubt tries to return, when circumstances tempt you to lower your vision back to what you see. In those moments, remind yourself, the physical is always the last to show what is already true in the spirit. Refuse to let temporary illusions dictate your permanent promise. Choose the feeling of fulfillment again and again, even in silence, even in waiting, even when the results haven't surfaced. You are not hoping for victory, You are remembering it. You are not wishing for the outcome. You are stepping into what you already secured through belief. When you persist in the feeling of the end must show itself. Victory is not a distant event, it is your current identity. You are living from the triumph that has already been written in your favor. The world is simply catching up to who you have already become. Everything you have been believing for, everything you have been preparing for, everything you have been holding in faith is already making its way into your reality. The shift has begun. You are no longer waiting for the big win, you are aligning with it. You are no longer hoping for breakthrough. You are living from the truth that breakthrough is guaranteed. The unseen has already moved in your favor, and soon the visible world will reveal what has been unfolding silently all along. Continue to stand in your belief. Continue to speak from victory. Continue to walk as the person who has already received every blessing destined for them. Your story is transforming. Your life is rising. Your win is approaching quickly, and nothing can stop it. What belongs to you is coming with certainty, acceleration, and divine timing. Thank you for listening, and thank you for believing in the greatness that is already yours. The best chapter of your life is now beginning. There comes a point in every journey when it seems like nothing is working. You've prayed, believed, visualized, and still no sign. But listen carefully. Everything is coming together for you, even now. The delays, detours, and disappointments are not denials. They are divine rearrangements. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. In the unseen realm, forces are moving, threads are weaving, and pathways are forming in your favor. The universe is orchestrating a symphony you cannot yet hear. Just because your physical eyes see no change does not mean nothing is happening. What you cannot see is often more powerful than what you can. There is a sacred law. What you hold in your inner world must eventually manifest in your outer one. The seed planted in faith cannot die. It must grow when nurtured by persistence. Your imagination is the workshop of creation. Every image you hold in your mind with feeling and belief is forming substance in the invisible. When you imagine yourself already successful, already healed, already at peace, something within you shifts. That shift is not make-believe. It is creation in motion. You become magnetized to that reality, and that reality becomes magnetized to you. The unseen begins to shape itself into form. Do not be deceived by appearances. Many give up because they believe. The silence means rejection. But the silence is not rejection, it's preparation. The universe takes time to align every detail so that when the blessing comes, it fits perfectly, effortlessly. Your role is not to rush it, but to remain faithful to your inner conviction. When everything seems darkest, when doubt whispers that it's useless to go on, that's the moment to stand firm, because the night always turns into morning, and you are closer than you think. The energy of faith is cumulative. Every act of belief adds momentum to your unfolding miracle. Keep affirming. It's already done. My path is clear. Everything is coming together for my good. Speak it, even when nothing supports it. Feel it, even when you see no sign of it, because your feeling is the evidence of the unseen. Remember this, it's easy to believe when things look good, but true power is believing when nothing looks possible. That's when creation happens. That's when the invisible becomes visible. That's when you prove the divine power within you. So, don't give up. Don't surrender your vision to temporary conditions. The waiting is not wasted. It's the womb of your next miracle. Keep imagining, keep believing, keep moving forward with quiet confidence. Because one day soon you'll look back and realize every delay, every tear, every test was necessary to bring you here, to the fulfillment of everything you once imagined. Everything is coming together for you. Don't give up, just keep going. Everything begins in the unseen. Long before a flower blooms, the seed rests quietly beneath the surface, hidden from sight, yet filled with purpose. The same is true for your desires. What you long for, peace, success, healing, love, abundance, already exists in the invisible realm, waiting for you to recognize it as yours. The moment you believe and feel it as real within, you activate the divine power that transforms the unseen into the seen. Nothing ever appears in your outer life that was not first accepted in your inner world. You may not realize it, but every thought, every feeling, every assumption you hold is creative. The mind is not a passive observer. It is a spiritual workshop where reality is shaped. When you close your eyes and imagine a life of fulfillment, and when that vision feels natural to you, you are doing the most powerful work there is. You are not daydreaming. You are constructing. You are setting in motion an unseen chain of events that will ultimately rearrange circumstances to match what you have already accepted within. The invisible realm is more real than the visible, for it is the source from which all things arise. Every great invention, every piece of art, every world-changing idea began first as an image in the unseen. The same divine process works in your life. When you choose to believe that your desire already exists, when you feel the joy of its fulfillment in your heart, you are aligning yourself the energy of creation itself. The outer world cannot resist this alignment for long. It must eventually reflect what you persistently hold as true. The key is faith, not as blind hope, but as inner knowing. Faith is the quiet confidence that even though you cannot yet see it, the reality you've claimed is already complete in spirit. You don't need to strive or struggle. You only need to remain faithful to that inner picture. The more you revisit it, feel it, and dwell in it, the stronger its pull becomes. Life begins to rearrange itself. People appear, opportunities arise, and doors open seemingly by coincidence. But nothing is accidental. You have called it forth by the creative power of your belief. Never be deceived by appearances. The invisible comes first, and the visible merely follows. When you plant a seed, you don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You trust the process. Likewise, trust that your unseen creation is unfolding perfectly. Hold to the feeling of already having it, and your faith will translate the unseen into form. You are not waiting for creation to happen. You are living within it now. Every fulfilled desire begins as an inner conviction. When you believe and feel as though it is already yours, the universe cannot help but mirror that truth back to you. What you desire is not far away. It is already formed, awaiting your recognition. Creation begins in the invisible, and once you accept that, You become the conscious author of your destiny. Delay is never denial. What looks like nothing happening is often everything happening behind the scenes. Life has its own rhythm, a divine timing that cannot be rushed or delayed. When you feel stuck or uncertain, when doors seem closed or paths unclear, understand that you are not being punished, you are being prepared. What feels like a pause is really a process. The universe is rearranging people, events, and circumstances to align perfectly with the outcome you've envisioned. Every dream has a gestation period. Just as nature requires time to turn a seed into a tree, your desires need time to take root and mature. You cannot force a flower to bloom before its season, and you cannot rush divine timing. When you believe something isn't working because you cannot see movement, you misunderstand how creation operates. The invisible work must always come first. The delay is a sacred part of the unfolding. It ensures that when your desire manifests, it will arrive in wholeness, not in fragments. When you begin to live from faith instead of frustration, you start to see the beauty of divine timing. What looks like stagnation is often alignment, pieces being placed in the right order, opportunities being prepared, and people being guided to cross your path. The universe operates with precision. Nothing is random. The timing that seems late is often the timing that saves you from mistakes, teaches you deeper trust, and prepares you to handle the blessing when it arrives. If everything came instantly, you would never develop patience, wisdom, or gratitude. The waiting season refines you. It strengthens your faith and clears away resistance. Many times the universe delays what you ask for because it wants to give you more than what you imagined. While you think nothing is happening, everything is being arranged for your ultimate good. The very obstacles that seem to stand in your way are often guiding you toward a greater path than the one you originally planned. You must learn to trust the divine sequence. When your heart says yes, but life says wait, hold on to your vision. Keep your inner faith alive, even when the outer world gives you no evidence. The moment you begin to doubt, remind yourself, what's meant for you cannot miss you. Every delay carries divine intelligence. It's not the universe saying no, it's saying not yet. And when not yet becomes now, it will make perfect sense. Do not measure progress by sight alone. The unseen alignment is working with precision beyond your understanding. The job, the opportunity, the relationship, the dream, it's all in motion, moving toward you even as you wait. You are not forgotten, you are being positioned. Keep believing, keep trusting, and keep preparing as though it's already done. Because one day, the doors will open effortlessly, and you'll realize that every delay was a setup for perfect timing. The universe never denies. Persistence is the invisible bridge that connects what you desire to what you eventually experience. Every dream, every goal, every manifestation passes through the corridor of persistence before it becomes reality. Many begin with passion and enthusiasm, but only those who persist, those who hold a vision in the face of delay, doubt, and disappointment, reach the fulfillment of what they imagine. The journey between desire and manifestation is not about struggle, but about steadfast faith. It is about standing firm in your inner conviction, even when the outer world gives you no reason to believe. When you persist in faith, you declare that your inner reality is more powerful than external circumstances. You may not yet see the results, but you continue to feel and live as though the promise is already fulfilled. That unwavering state of belief creates a magnetic force that draws your vision into form. The universe responds not to fleeting wishes, but to consistent conviction. Persistence tells creation, I already know this is mine, and the unseen forces align accordingly. Most people give up not because their dream was impossible, but because they surrendered to appearances. They look at the lack, the delay, the difficulty, and assume it means failure. But appearances are only the temporary shadows of your old thoughts. When you persist in a new state of belief long enough, those shadows dissolve and a new reality emerges. Every great creator understands this. What you assume to be true and persist in as though it were already done must harden into fact. Persistence is not forcing or begging, it is quiet confidence. It is the calm assurance that comes from knowing the law of creation cannot fail. You may fall, you may grow weary, but you return to the feeling of fulfillment again and again until it becomes natural. You persist in thought until it becomes your automatic state. And once the mind accepts it as normal, life reflects it as fact. Every obstacle you face tests your persistence. Every delay whispers, do you still believe? And your answer must always be yes. Keep imagining. Keep affirming. Keep walking by faith and not by sight. The universe rewards those who refuse to let temporary appearances dictate their truth. The more you persist, the more powerful your belief becomes, and the stronger the bridge between desire and manifestation grows. Persistence is not about time. It's about depth. It's about how deeply you've accepted your vision as already real. The person who persists without wavering steps directly into the reality they once imagined. So do not be discouraged by how long it takes. Stay faithful to your inner vision, because once your inner world is consistent, the outer must conform. Those who persist in faith, regardless of appearances, always walk straight into the world they've imagined. Assume the feeling of fulfillment, and you begin to live from the end rather than toward it. To assume is to accept inwardly that what you desire is already yours, that it has already happened in the unseen realm. This is not pretending or wishful thinking, it is a shift in consciousness. The moment you feel the reality of your desire, you awaken the creative power within that draws circumstances, people, and opportunities into harmony with that state. Your inner world becomes the blueprint that the outer world must eventually follow. Most people live in a constant state of wanting. They speak, think, and feel from lack, hoping for change, but never assuming the change has already occurred. Yet the law of creation works through assumption. What you feel yourself to be determines what you will experience. If you feel poor, you continue to attract lack. If you feel unloved, you continue to attract rejection. But the instant you assume the feeling of already having your desire, wealth, love, success, peace, you activate the unseen forces that transform your world to match that vibration. Feeling is the secret key. Words alone do not create, emotion does. When your imagination and feeling become one, you move creation from potential to reality. Close your eyes and live inwardly as though your dream were already fulfilled. Feel the relief, the joy, the gratitude of it is done. Dwell in that emotion until it feels natural, until you no longer crave it because you have already become it in consciousness. The universe does not respond to words. It responds to states of being. When you assume the feeling of fulfillment, you are no longer chasing your desire, you are radiating it. The world reflects back what you are, not what you wish for. Every time you return to that inner state, you strengthen its magnetic pull. Outer circumstances begin to shift subtly at first, then dramatically, as everything reorganizes itself to match the frequency you are emitting. What once seemed impossible begins to flow effortlessly, because your assumption has become your reality. Doubt will try to invade your mind. Appearances will tempt you to revert to old feelings of lack or worry. But the key is persistence in your assumption. Return to the feeling of fulfillment again and again until it dominates your awareness. Even if nothing seems to change, keep living from the end. The unseen realm responds to consistency. Your sustained assumption becomes the command that the universe must obey. This is the art of conscious creation. To dwell in the state of already having, to feel the victory before the battle, to embody the answered prayer before it appears. Once your inner world accepts it as truth, your outer world cannot resist reflecting it. Live inwardly as though the dream has already come true, and soon what was once invisible will stand before you as undeniable reality. The middle is the hardest, but also the holiest. It's the space between believing and receiving, the stretch between the promise and its fulfillment. It's where doubt whispers loudest, where patience is tested, and where faith must stand alone. Yet even though it feels like nothing is happening, everything is happening. The invisible construction site of your destiny is alive and active, arranging every piece of your future with divine precision. You cannot yet see the blueprint, but heaven is building in silence. The middle feels hard because it asks you to trust without proof. It asks you to walk by faith when sight gives you no encouragement. This is where many give up, not because the dream was impossible, but because the silence convinced them it was over. But silence is not absence. Stillness is not stagnation. When life seems quiet and motionless, it's often when divine movement is at its peak. The unseen world is busy aligning every detail, every person, and every opportunity required for your manifestation. In this sacred in-between, your inner state matters most. You are being refined, strengthened, and prepared for what you've asked for. The middle is not punishment, it's preparation. You're being molded into the version of yourself capable of holding the blessing. What you call delay is actually transformation. The universe is making sure that when the door opens, you're ready to walk through it with wisdom, gratitude, and strength. Every masterpiece requires time to take form. The builder doesn't panic when the foundation is being laid, even though there's nothing beautiful to see yet. The same is true for your life. The groundwork of your destiny is being set beneath the surface. The waiting season is where your faith becomes real. It's where belief evolves from theory to truth. The middle teaches you how to stand on unseen ground and trust that what you planted in faith will bloom in divine timing. In these moments, resist the urge to complain or despair. Instead, become still and remind yourself something sacred is happening behind the scenes. Your prayers were heard the first time you spoke them. The answer is unfolding in ways you cannot yet comprehend. Every silence is filled with divine activity. Every pause has purpose. So hold steady. Keep your heart fixed on the vision even when nothing seems to support it. Keep speaking life, keep imagining, keep thanking as if it were already done. The middle may feel like the hardest part of the journey, but it's also the holiest. It's where faith matures, where patience deepens, and where you are quietly shaped into the vessel that can carry your miracle. One day, you'll look back and realize that the middle wasn't a delay, It was the place where the invisible became visible. Your faith is the architect of your reality. Every thought you hold as true, every belief you nurture within, becomes a line drawn on the blueprint of your life. Faith is the silent designer behind every visible outcome. It builds, shapes, and constructs the world you live in, brick by brick, moment by moment. You may not realize it, but your outer world is always mirroring your inner conviction. What you accept as true, whether good or bad, becomes your experience. Life does not respond to chance, it responds to belief. Faith is not something you try to have, it's something you embody. It is the unwavering trust that what you have envisioned is already complete, even before your senses can confirm it. When you believe deeply enough, the unseen begins to solidify into form. Every time you choose faith over fear, you rewrite your destiny. Fear builds walls, but faith builds bridges. Fear limits, faith expands. Fear sees lack, faith sees completion. And the one you entertain the longest becomes the foundation of your reality. When you believe that you are guided, provided for, and supported by divine intelligence, life starts to move in harmony with that truth. Opportunities appear, people arrive, and doors open, not because of luck, but because your faith created the pathway for them. The moment you accept something as true within, you instruct the universe to rearrange itself to make it visible without. You become the architect and the builder of your own destiny. There will always be moments when appearances contradict your belief. You may face delays, setbacks, or silence. But that's where true faith is tested and strengthened. Faith does not depend on sight. It thrives in the unseen. It remains steady when the evidence says otherwise. To keep believing in the face of doubt is to hold the line of creation. It is to say, I know what I have accepted as true, and I will not be moved. That persistence in conviction bends reality to your will. You must understand that life mirrors your inner dialogue. If you constantly affirm fear, limitation, or defeat, you draw more of the same. But if you affirm victory, abundance, and peace, even when circumstances deny it, you are sketching a new design for your life. Every act of belief, every moment of inner certainty adds another stroke to the divine blueprint. Eventually, what you've drawn in faith will be built in experience. Eventually, what you've drawn in faith will be built in experience. So guard your thoughts and nurture your belief. Choose to see beyond appearances. Keep believing, even when logic fails you. The unseen is always stronger than the seen, and faith will always outlast fear. You are not at the mercy of circumstances. You are the architect of them. Stand firm in your conviction, knowing that what you believe becomes what you build. Faith is the hand that drafts the plan, and life itself is the structure that rises to match it. In the end, everything you've ever desired, prayed for, or imagined is already in motion. The unseen world is working tirelessly on your behalf, aligning every detail to fulfill the vision you've held within. Every delay has purpose. Every challenge refines you, and every silent season builds your strength. Nothing has been wasted. The dream you've been nurturing in faith is not in vain. It's being constructed in the invisible, waiting for the perfect moment to reveal itself. So keep believing, keep imagining, and keep moving forward with quiet confidence. You are not forgotten. You are being formed. You are not behind. You are right on schedule. Creation began the moment you believed, and it continues to unfold through your persistence and unwavering faith. The universe responds to conviction, not confusion, to faith, not fear. Walk as though it's already done, speak as though it's already yours, feel as though it's already complete, because in truth, it is. The bridge between where you are and where you're going is built on trust. And as you hold fast to that faith, life will mirror your belief with beauty, abundance, and divine perfection. Everything is coming together for you. Stay patient, stay faithful, and never give up, because what's meant for you cannot miss you. Thank you for listening, and remember, your faith is the key, your imagination is the blueprint, and your persistence is the power that makes all things possible. Keep going. Your miracle is already on its way.